Market top is near and meme coins are pumping. Welcome everybody to today's live stream. Today we're going to be talking about a market being near its tops and meme coins also pumping, and a good sign that altcoin season seems to be here around the corner. So this is a live stream you definitely do not want to go ahead and miss out. I do want to go ahead and say welcome everybody who has tuned in today. Happy Thursday. Today for me is Thursday, February 15th. Literally the week went by super freaking fast, right? So we're gonna go ahead and talk about what we're expecting on today's market. James, how's it going? Yes, first, hi. I appreciate you today. I appreciate you being the first one today. Usually it's Happy, now it's James. I appreciate you, James, for being the first one to be here. Now we have Happy right there. Thank you very much for tuning in. So looks like, you know, obviously the thumbnail is a little scary and I'm not here to go ahead and scare anybody, but I do want to go ahead and talk about that we are reaching some sort of top near. It's not exactly like tomorrow or any of that, but we are reaching some sort of top very soon, maybe the next couple weeks, right? And I want all of you to go ahead and be prepared and not be overly emotional when it comes to what we're seeing in the markets, right? A lot of people are getting overly excited, and this is the reason. Hey, Goldie Crypto, haven't seen you in a while. Hope you're having a wonderful day today, or had a wonderful day. And right now in the markets, what we have been seeing is we have been seeing a lot of excitement, right? So now let me go ahead and make myself a little smaller because all of you came here to go ahead and look at some technical analysis and not look at my face, right? So let's go ahead and minimize our face right here. And we're going to go ahead and start getting into the charts, right? We're going to go ahead and talk about those important factors such as Solana potentially coming back down to the 1010. And if we do lose that support, it's going to look extremely bearish for the market, right? I do believe we still have more room and more momentum to push to the upside, and I do believe 144 to 150 on Solana will be around the next range, as well with Bitcoin taking us to Bitcoin within around a very similar sidestep as well, right? I do think Bitcoin also is going to be reaching this $57,000 range, and I do believe that is the top, right? So I do expect a lot of volatility in the next coming days, a lot of freaking excitement, retail getting super excited to go ahead and long the tops as usual. And we talk about that we usually do not want to be longing any tops, right? We want to go ahead and long the bottoms as right here and right here and right here, but you no longer want to go ahead and long that area right there, right? So we do need a little bit more of a breathing room, but as you can go ahead and tell, Bitcoin is also near its top. I do believe $57,000 will be broken through, and maybe 58,000, but I do believe this will be the top where the market starts to retrace and we come back down to the $40,000 range, taking us to altcoin and meme coin season, right? So with that being said, definitely go ahead and continue watching this live stream. I will go ahead and talk a little bit more details of what I have in mind and what we could really be expecting moving forward with this whole entire market volatility, right? So let me go ahead and start sharing this this video with everybody on stream and on Discord. I haven't literally even reached out to anybody, so I'm glad to go ahead and have all of you here today. I really am. So let's go ahead and do this. My streaming has been a little bit all over the place. I apologize for that. I will go ahead and get back to this consistency. Honestly, it's just been like I haven't been feeling too well and these last couple days, but yeah, we're back in action, and I will go ahead and be live streaming twice a day. Dude, it's because, you know, I worked a lot. I pushed a lot of content last week, and I pretty much got I don't want to say overwhelmed, but I got what is the word when you put in a lot of effort too quick? I crashed. I had like a freaking a crash pretty much. It's like I was just pushing too much content, no sleep, and like it just feels like everything just came all at once, right? Where like right now, like mentally and physically, I'm just like pretty mentally exhausted. I'm not gonna lie to you. We are now live. So I haven't been feeling too well these last couple days, but we are back, and I am going to go ahead and do as much effort as possible to go ahead and keep up with the momentum. This is literally like the first couple times, probably like in the last couple months, that I haven't, you know, been doing videos every day. So a break was needed and is needed, right? So I'm just freaking exhausted, honestly. It takes a lot to be a content creator, right? A lot of people don't understand, but it is not only mentally and physically draining, but also it is a lot. You have to go ahead and start doing a little bit more. Hold on, let me go ahead and post this. We are now live. Okay, there we go. So we are all set. So let's go ahead and pull out the live stream on my phone that way, so I could go ahead and read comments a lot more efficiently. So give me 1 second while I do that. Okay, looks like we are officially live. Thank you all for being here today. Okay, let's go ahead and read the comments. Goldie, how's it going? Moon Joker, haven't seen you in a while, bro. Haven't freaking seen you in a while. Bot Grok at 0025, now at 0066. I feel like Grok could reach 0.1 to $1 in the bull run. I do believe so too. I know the whole entire hype right now with Grok, what has been going on is that we had Elon tweet something yesterday, I believe, about Grok, and actually took Grok to freaking it started pumping Grok, right? Marco, awesome. How's it going, Marco? Hope you're having a wonderful day today, man. I agree. The top is in the bloodbath and will be massive. Bears unite. Also, hey, John. How's it going, Mark? Glad to go ahead and have you here. John, please explain what happened in a halving, and will BTC surge upward or downward? Definitely, I'll definitely go ahead and do that. Saeed, man, long time no see. Hello, hello. Glad to go ahead and see you here today, bro. Long time no see. It's good to go ahead and see the new faces coming in. It looks good to go ahead and see the OGs that have been, you know, long-time supporters of me. Burnt out, or how it is in English. Burnt out. That's what the word I was looking for. I've been a little burnt out these last couple days, honestly. Literally lack of sleep, you know, everything. I was just pushing with a lot of content these last couple weeks, and it feels like it finally caught on to me, right? It's like I just have this tendency to overwork a lot. I'm just a worker, you know what I mean? I just love, I love what I do, and especially when it comes to, you know, going after my goals, I go full throttle, and sometimes it's not the best thing to do, right? It's like I have that tendency to overdo it, and then I just come crashing, which definitely does affect my ability at one point, right? Like I could be consistent for like literally 3-6 months on no sleep, running on caffeine, and then one day I just come crashing very, very hard. And I feel like that's where I'm at right now, where, you know, I've been drinking a lot of freaking caffeine, been trying to get up, trying to stay up, you know, even when I'm exhausted, go and push myself to do a video. Even, you know, when I'm super tired and I know I need some rest, I drink some more caffeine and get back to making more content or doing some research or trading. So yeah, burnt out, that's the word I was looking for. But yeah, let's go ahead and talk about this market. And I'm actually grateful to go ahead and be learning from other members as well. So the Discord has been popping a little bit more, right? And with what we have coming up, we have the Bitcoin halving. We also have some sort of near top of the market, and I actually want to go ahead and show you what I was actually doing some technical analysis really late last night, like literally at 2 in the morning doing TA. Like, who does that, right? I wasn't in no trades. I was just learning with another buddy of mine, and we were just charting, you know what I mean? And that's what you have to do, and that's what people don't understand, is that sometimes if you really want to take this really serious and really understand how the market moves, you need to really put in that extra work. You have to put in that extra time, that overtime, to go ahead and really have a better perspective of where the market could be heading, right? And it was actually great to go ahead and talk to another trader who's a lot more experienced than me, talk about a similarity of a top being near, right? And that's actually what I want to go ahead and talk about today, is I do believe we are reaching some sort of top. And you know me personally, you know, I'm always a person that's always going to be in that side where I'm going to say what people don't want to hear, right? Unfortunately, that's just the reality of the truth. Obviously, I would want this market to, you know, moon forever, but we can't go ahead and have we can't have multiple people saying the same thing, because this is how we get wrecked, right? So we also have to think a little bit outside the box. And if we actually go back to, you know, just to showcase you a little bit more, you know, I was bullish back over here in Bitcoin, right? I was super bullish. A lot of people were calling for Bitcoin to go ahead and collapse to $12,000 to $6,000. I said it was never going to happen. I talked about a short squeeze within this range, and we saw that happen with Bitcoin. And then within this top right here, when we were around the Bitcoin halving within the zone right here, I was talking about this being, you know, some sort of rejection and then coming back down because of the ETF news, and not so much because of the ETF news, right? Because of the DXY and what the US 100 were doing at the time. The DXY was finally coming back from a reversal after literally coming down for literally a few months. Like, the DXY was getting hit all around within this range right here, all around within, I would say, October was when the DXY started coming down, and that's why I began to start longing the market, right? I think if you all are aware aware of like where the market's heading towards or have an idea, you will understand when to enter and exit trades, right? Whether that's trading meme tokens, whether that's trading altcoins, or whether that's trading Bitcoin, right? And what I'm trying to tell you is that a lot of you these last couple of days wanted to go ahead and short Bitcoin at these ranges right here. And I told a lot of you, you know, be careful, because at these ranges, as beautiful as we would all want Bitcoin to crash from this area right here and short Bitcoin, luckily I did it and I held myself. And I saw Bitcoin hold this area pretty well. So because I was bearish within the zone, I actually prevented myself from opening a short position, and I waited to go ahead and give me more data to see where the market's going, right? Sometimes the mistake that we do is that we want to quickly enter a trade, go long or short. And I feel like personally, I'm talking about experience. I'm not saying other people. I'm talking about personal experience, right? Because I could also say that I'm guilty of this, is that sometimes we want to quickly go ahead and enter a trade just to be in a trade, but sometimes the trade is not in our favor, right? Bitcoin was also printing this inverse head and shoulders pattern that I was talking was super bullish, and then we also did talk about that this range was a super massive important range of a liquidation zone, right? So we talked about this short squeeze possibility happening, and this is the reason why I was talking a few days ago, you should start longing a lot of the meme coins, right? So right now, where we're at in the market, as excited as I want to be as everybody else talking for Bitcoin to be at $100,000, I'm actually going to go ahead and do the opposite route, right? All of you talking about shorting the market, well, get ready to short the market, right? I'm not telling you this is going to be the top of the market just yet, but I do believe that the market's going to be around this $57,000 range. And the thing that's actually quite interesting is actually learn how to use this tool. I think it's called a VWAP volume or something like that. I don't know what it's called, so I don't want to go ahead and sound like an expert, but it's called the fixed range volume profile, right? Which I've always wondered how this worked, and I never realized how any of this worked until I was doing some TA with a buddy of mine yesterday, and he was showing me how to use this tool. And it's actually quite interesting how this tool literally just pretty much calls the support and resistance, right? And where a lot of volume is actually coming in. So right now what we're looking at is we are seeing a high probability of Bitcoin ripping towards $57,000 with no problem. And this is where I want to give you the warning, right? Because as we see these ranges breaking through, and as we see 53, 54, 55, $56,000, people are going to start getting into that extreme greed territory, right? I don't even know where our fear and greed chart is. I thought my fear and greed chart was there. Let's go ahead and see where our fear and greed chart is right now, right? So we do see that our fear and greed chart right now is at 72. We will be having that updated in the next 2 hours. But with that being said, I'm not here to go ahead and scare you. I'm just here to go ahead and give you a heads up as a friend to tell you, hey, you know what? Don't get overly excited. There is a near top of the market, and what that usually affects is, yes, technically usually we have this kind of altcoin season happen, but the problem is that sometimes the market overreacts, right? Whether it's to the upside or whether it's to the downside. And right now what we're seeing is I am still sticking to my $57,000 range of Bitcoin pumping, possibly maybe even touching 57,800, and that being the near top of this current cycle. I'm not talking about the overall bull run. I'm just talking about this temporary cycle. What people don't understand is that there's cycles within a cycle, right? There's multiple levels in a cycle. I'm not sure if that makes any sense. Let me know down below, you know, if it makes any sense. But for all those knowing, yes, long term we are in a bull run, but short term we are entering a very bearish territory. And I don't want any of you to be surprised, because we still have a lot of people doubling down on their short positions at these ranges. And what's going to cause is what's going to happen is that a lot of shorts are going to double down on their conviction that, you know, Bitcoin should dump. Ideally, Bitcoin should be dumping at these zones, right? But the problem is we have retail being overly excited, and we also have a lot of shorts doubling on their position, pushing towards another additional short squeeze, right? This is typically around the range where most retail gets freaking hammered, because they love buying when the price is going up, but they hate buying when the price is going red, right? And you have to go ahead and do the opposite. And this is where I do expect the top being near and then coming back down to this $40,000 range. And the reason why I'm talking about a $40,000 Is $40,000 range on Bitcoin. I know my thumbnail says 32,000, but I need to use a little clickbait for all of you to, decide to go ahead and click on the video and kind of maybe wake up a bit, right? Because if I go ahead and tell you, something that doesn't sound as scary, you're not going to care, right? But this is my fair warning to all of you that are watching currently right now. Be careful with what we're seeing in the market. I do expect Bitcoin to break past 53, 54, 55, $56,000 with no problem. But I do believe 57 will be the range where we will need to go ahead and come down, right? At these areas will be super overly extended. And what we're also seeing is that this range, if we do come back down, look, even we talked about the zone of a 30% correction, right? Let's say Bitcoin comes from this $57,000 range and we correct down ideally within this 27 to even 30%, which if we go all the way back to the market, and I love showcasing this, right? Because if we go back all the way to the market right here, we do see that we had multiple times where the market has done the same exact thing, right? Where we go ahead, let me go ahead and delete this real quick. We see over here in Bitcoin where it pumped from its new all-time high, breaking all the way towards $42,000, and as you see, that was the zone of resistance, and then we come back down with the 30% correction, and then same thing right here. After the 30% correction, Bitcoin goes up in price again, and then it corrects back down to another 23 to 25% correction, right? So Bitcoin has these corrections where it corrects within the 30% range. And that's one of the reasons why I'm still sticking to the $57,000 range being the zone, because $57,000 range with the 30% correction would make extremely sense, right? And the reason why is because Bitcoin has been consolidating within this $40,000 range for literally, if you don't count this this fake out right here, but if you were to count from the beginning till where we're at right now, before we had that break off to around the 43,000, or you could even count this range right here, we've been consolidating within this range around 60 days. And if you don't want to count these big pumps that we had, you could also say we've been consolidating within this range from here to here within about 20 to 30 days, right? So Bitcoin consolidating within the $40,000 range for a few, let's say 60 days, I think that's a little too long, right? So it's ideal to say that if we do have a correction at $57,000, $40,000 will be the range, right? So you're like, all right, John, that sounds cool, but why is that a warning, right? Well, the warning, we have multiple warnings, right? We see right here with our volume indicator, I believe that's how you call it. What is it called? The fixed volume range. It's showing us that this is where there's a strong area of resistance. And if you go all the way back to its previous time, back in back in the last couple years in 2021, we do also see that this is a range of resistance, right? It got rejected right here. It also got rejected right here. Once it breaks resistance, it makes new all-time highs. Resistance becomes support. It loses support. Bitcoin came crashing all the way down from this range. Let's just call it from this top to this bottom. It came correcting down with the 50% correction. So this is definitely some area to go ahead and be really warned about, because this is a strong area of resistance. Support has never been pretty good here. I mean, look at these zones right here. Even when Bitcoin was around the $57,000 range back in 2021 of November, it lost that support fairly quick. If you go ahead and see that, it literally lost that within October, November, within a few weeks, it lost that zone, right? That support. So support is nowhere to be freaking found there. And same thing with the resistance. Resistance is pretty strong there. We're having the indicators of Bitcoin already reaching this overly bought territory. RSI, it doesn't mean it's extremely overbought. It just really is an indicator to showcase that there is a lot of what is it called? What's the word I'm looking for? Let's just say a lot of excitement. There are a lot of people are bullish in Bitcoin, which is not a bad thing, right? Just telling us a sentiment of how people feel about Bitcoin. But the fact that we are getting towards that oversold on the RSI, typically Bitcoin always, when it reaches these zones, we typically see some sort of correction, right? So we have the RSI, we have a strong area of resistance. We are needed for a correction, no matter what you have to say. It's part of the thing. We also are seeing the DXY printing this inverse head and shoulders, and also getting close to breaking past is 104.748, which I do expect the DXY reach towards the levels of 107 and potentially even higher, right? So the DXY is also an indicator. We're seeing the US 100 reaching new all-time all-time highs literally every day. We're gonna go ahead and see where things go. Long term, as I'm mentioning, we are in a bullish market, but short term we have to be prepared if you're longing Bitcoin or anything to expect some sort of little shakeout, right? Because typically when Bitcoin has that correction, a lot of the altcoins might also correct slowly. They might go ahead and hit that 40% correction possibly, and before they go ahead and make new all-time highs, or they're probably just gonna go ahead and run up straight from where we're at right now, right? So that is something I want all of you to go ahead and keep in mind. Just go ahead and be careful with what we're seeing in the market, right? A lot of volatility to be expected. And if you are looking to go ahead and long or short this market, check out BingX, no KYC, as well with MEXC. Both of these platforms are non-KYC platforms. And we also have Bybit, one of the best trading platforms. And for all those always asking me for a VPN, check out NordVPN, offering 69% off with 3 months extra. So I'm going to go ahead and go into reading some comments right now. But with that being said, we will go ahead and go into these articles in a few minutes and showcase as well what we're seeing with the overall sentiment of the market. And, you know, does the analysis that we're talking about make any sense, or is this just me kind of throwing that stuff out there, right? I highly doubt it. I'm pretty confident about what I'm saying. I mean, I've been kind of right most of the time. I would say I've called most tops and bottoms in this market. I called Bitcoin within the zone, you know, doing what it's doing right now. So I feel pretty confident that we could be reaching that sort of top right here. It doesn't mean it's over for the market, but altcoins and meme tokens will be ripping to the freaking moon, right? And that's what I want all of you to go ahead and be aware of, because maybe it's not the time to go ahead and be longing Bitcoin for too long, and you might want to be doing that shift into altcoins and meme tokens before we have that market run up as well. So let me go ahead and read some comments, and we're going to go ahead and switch over to the report that we have here with the market. So let's go ahead and read some questions real quick. Right now, big bounce on Binance with exchange to 10x price on BTC ETH pair. I posted a video. Psychodroma, nice man. Nice. I'm gonna have to go ahead and check out your video. Bernie, how's it going, man? Why is your hair blue? ETH buyer buy. My hair's not blue anymore, bro. It's blonde now. It's back to blonde. I haven't done my hair in a while. Probably have to go ahead and do it. I'll probably go ahead and leave my hair like this for a while before I do anything to it. I think I need to rest with my hair, dude. I feel like I low-key kind of I think my hair is pretty healthy, man. But yes, definitely I am probably going to do my hair probably in the next couple months. I'm going to leave it like this for a little bit, right? You got to change it up. Taking a sip of this this protein here. It's really freaking good. It's maple donut with coffee. So I have two things in one, right? I have it's actually pretty low in protein, man. 10 grams of protein is freaking low. Like my freaking tuna that I eat, I could get like 30 grams of protein by eating 2 packages, right? So 10 grams of protein is not too bad, but I mean, I'm getting my daily caffeine as needed. So let's go ahead and go back into what we're looking at. So Genesis got approved by court to sell their GBTC shares worth over 1.3 billion. These will probably be converted into BTC. I guess we'll see. I don't really care about that, honestly. MicroStrategy stock is up 43%. Cool. No one really cares about that either. The chart shows ETF total holdings, the inflows and outflows of Bitcoin price, ETF's growth rate. So it's actually quite interesting, right? Trending since the BTC ETF launch, gold has almost seen a 2 billion in outflows, as Bitcoin has seen 4 billion in outflows. Is that good or is that bad? You know, seeing an outflow of 2 billion with gold and then Bitcoin seeing 4 billion in outflows. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, right? Bitcoin premiums index are spiking higher on Coinbase Exchange, meaning the institutional buyers are fulfilling client orders. BTC from an Ikomochi cloud perspective on the weekly is showing that we have broke out the 51 and the next target is $55,000 Bitcoin. So that's actually quite interesting, right? We've just talked about what I see with Bitcoin and where we could potentially be going. So let's look at what this trader says. 55,400 could be next. As I've been asked a lot, what is the next for BTC in the comments? Here's my analysis. Bookmark it. Both target 1 and 2 have been hit, but 50,900 is a strong level. If Bitcoin manages to close a weekly candle above target 3 at 55.4K is next. 6. Note that given this extremely bullish momentum, target 3 has a high chance to hit even before the end of the week. And we're seeing right here with the hamburger candlestick, target 1, target 2 with the breakout, and then target 3. So kind of goes back to what we're talking about, right? I've never used the Ikomochi cloud myself. I've also always heard about how effective it is. I definitely probably should go ahead and learn how to use it and start adding it to my technical analysis. But this is freaking funny, man. Look at the kind of posts you see on freaking on Twitter. Like, it says send it and his socks go flying. Like, dude, this is the space that we're in, man. It's comical, right? It's freaking comical. So let me go ahead and retweet this. But you know, it goes back to what we were saying, and it's good to go ahead and see when you see other traders talk about, you know, the potential of the same possibility of what you're talking about, right? In each cycle, what were narratives to keep people out during the accumulation period. Let's go ahead and see right here what we have with this article. 2016, security issues will hit hard. It's a bubble. 2020, we're in a global pandemic. It's a bubble. 2024, macroeconomic factors are terrible. It's a bubble. And we're seeing right here 2016, we're seeing 2020, and then we're seeing 2024 when we're getting ready for that breakout. So, you know, as I always mention, there's this tendency of whenever the market's terrible, you know, the freaking stock market and crypto go freaking to the moon, right? So this is usually typically the time you want to go ahead and be loading up. Not financial advice, but this is the reason why we can't go ahead and listen to what any of these news sources are saying, right? When BTC breaks the 0618 macro fib levels, all-time highs are inevitable in the coming months. Let's go ahead and read this article real quick. So we're going to go ahead and see this confirms a breakout above the golden pocket of the Fibonacci resistance. All-time highs will be coming soon. So check that out. Check that out. So I do believe that too as well, but I do believe we are needed for a correction before new all-time highs are met. So we're going to go and see where things go on. I mean, this is a little bit more TA. Altcoins, a growth threat showing charts proving that a large macro altcoin season is on the verge. One of the charts show how altcoins are lagging behind Bitcoin big time, and I completely agree. I do think that as you see right here on this chart, you see this is the left chart on Bitcoin. Bitcoin is already finishing its rally, as you're seeing. It's already reaching its top, and this is the reason why I made this video. You have to be warned about, because if you're fully invested in Bitcoin right now and you don't capture this altcoin season, you're going to be left behind, and everybody's going to be making money as you're getting wrecked on Bitcoin, and everybody's going to be trading the altcoins and the meme coins, right? So this is why you have to be aware of the market sentiment and understand when it is a time to pivot to go ahead and start trading different assets, right? So right now we are seeing on the right side right here altcoin season, or the altcoin market cap. We are super lagging behind, and we barely broke past that resistance. So we're really close to getting that actual true altcoin season. It's coming soon. I feel it, I smell it, and I'm sure a lot of you are as well, right? So definitely excited for what altcoin season brings us. As the channel is called, it's called Altcoin John, not Bitcoin John. So Bitcoin is freaking boring, dude. I'm gonna be honest with you. When Bitcoin's not really doing much, the channel's kind of slow, and it doesn't really make it that exciting, right? So I want altcoin season to already happen, because that means there's more excitement in the market and there's more time for you and I to make more money, right? Because that's really where the big money comes in my opinion, is longing freaking altcoins, bro. Longing altcoins and meme tokens is where you could go ahead and make lots of freaking money, right? In my opinion, compared to what you could do trading Bitcoin, especially have a smaller amount of funds, right? If your funds, your capital is it's nowhere relatively close to what the big traders are trading with, you're not going to make as much money, right? A lot of these big traders are trading Bitcoin and all of these with hundreds of thousands of dollars and millions of dollars, and you know, doing that with a 5x leverage, it's obviously going to be pretty nice freaking profits, right? But for the average person that's, you know, doesn't have hundreds of thousands of dollars to potentially burn, and you're trading with $1,000 or $300 account, altcoin season is where we make our thousands of dollars, so we could go ahead and start pivoting when altcoin season is over with into Bitcoin, right? So we are seeing that right now. Startnet TRK token has been confirmed to be airdropped on February 20th. Let's see how we could go ahead and be eligible for this. This actually sounds pretty interesting. Many top tier exchanges have announced the upcoming listing of the project. That's pretty cool. Let's go ahead and see what this is. How can we become eligible? Check your eligibility. Damn. Can't reach its target. What? Okay, so I guess we'll have to check some other time. Maybe it's not working right now, if you know what I mean. So this is actually quite interesting. I'm going to do some research on how we could go ahead and get airdrop start neck. I mean, it's probably a little too late already, I'm going to be honest with you. But we see pork fork right here on the 4 hourly getting ready to pump at this area of consolidation, so be on the lookout for pork fork. We see a lot of these trading altcoins as well. I was trading a little bit of CKB not that long ago. Jupiter has now launched on Bybit, MEXC, and BingX. So talking about those platforms, if you want to go ahead and trade those tokens with bonuses, go ahead and check out BingX and MEXC, both non-KYC platforms, and check out NordVPN offering 69% off with 3 months extra. I'm literally freaking shilling you, chat. Come on, go ahead and smash that like button and support the channel by using those links down below. Not only does it support me, but it also supports those exchanges, and when that supports the exchanges, it supports the community, right? So hopefully you can give out better bonuses. Let's go ahead and see. Shave your head and join the LGBTQ community, bro, or just sell the ETH. You're freaking funny, man. You're freaking funny. I don't think I'll shave my head anytime soon. These tokens are approaching price discovery levels, so breaking new all-time highs. We see the list of coins right here. WIF, I do believe WIF is also going to make new all-time highs, and Bonk as well, right? So definitely be on the lookout for that. So any of you watching this live stream right now, probably screenshot this. We have Tau right here in the daily on that breakout. We see the SUI on the daily getting towards that breakout, and this is where we're talking about altcoin season coming, right? So this is freaking funny. Bernie, I appreciate you, my guy. I know it's freaking tough love, bro. You're fucking funny, bro. Prime, we also see Prime on the daily getting towards that breakout, so we're gonna go and see where things go moving forward. But as I mentioned, I feel like it's meme coin season around the corner. Altcoin season is as well, right? So we're gonna go ahead and talk about this. Let's see what VeChain has, bro, because I've been like the biggest bull when it comes to VeChain. And literally, like, VeChain has been like the most disappointing blockchain in my opinion. VeChain is a top tier project that funds itself within the top 100 on the coin market cap. The project is very undervalued, and as no one is talking about it, but has a decent market cap. This is a positive divergence. People are starting to wake up on its tweets on X, are starting to appear more and more and more. So that's actually a good sign, man. I mean, possibly now we have VeChain doing this thing. I mean, VeChain has big partnerships. You know, they got Givenchy, they have Walmart of China, they have BMW, they have I think they even are partnered with Gucci. You know what I mean? It's like they have some pretty big partnerships, but like, I think they're also with Louis Vuitton, if that's what I meant. And yeah, it's just like no one cares about VeChain. Like, who do you hear talking about VeChain, right? You hear these XRP Army, you hear the XRP Maxis, but is there any VeChain Maxis? I used to be a huge VeChain Maxi freaking last bull run, and I feel like VeChain was really disappointing. You know what I mean? It didn't do what it should have done, and I feel like that was all done on purpose, right? Where people stopped talking about VeChain, you know, started pivoting into the other shiny objects, and I do believe VeChain's has the potential to possibly come back stronger during this bull run. So I think maybe I should start talking about VeChain, man. Maybe I should go ahead and be that person to start pushing VeChain now, because I was the biggest bull when it came to VeChain, you know, biggest freaking bull, until I got freaking disappointed that it didn't do anything. John, you can't qualify for the Starkneck airdrop anymore. However, DOP is still on the table. Awesome, man. Thanks for the heads up. Love and respect. Appreciate you, Bernie. I appreciate you a lot, my guy. Right here, we're seeing the market update. The TD9 indicator signals a sell signal to target $42,700 of Bitcoin, and that's actually quite interesting, right? We're talking about how we could be expecting Bitcoin coming to the $57,000 range, and then coming down to that $42,000 range or $40,000 range, right? So this is actually quite interesting. Flashing a TD9 sell setup on the daily. This isn't always a bad thing. TDST support is now 42,760. So I'm gonna be completely honest with you. I don't know what the frick a TD9 is, so I'm not gonna to go ahead and touch too deeply on this because I don't like talking about topics I don't know too well. So let's just go ahead and say $42,000 is TD9 indicator, whatever that is, right? BlackRock now owns 109,000 Bitcoin worth 5.6. I'm assuming 5.6 billion, right? Unless it's in the trillions. 5.6 billion in just 3 freaking weeks. So that's insane, man. And obviously it's a sign that a lot of these institutions are loading up, right? A huge positive divergence between Bitcoin price and the Google Trends searches. I know using, Google Trends is definitely one of the ways to go ahead and see where the market's heading. The last Bitcoin was at 50K. Google search trends was above 90. Today's Bitcoin is ripping through 52,000 and Google search trends are below 20. Retail is sleeping and this party hasn't even started yet. I completely agree. And the thing is, retail doesn't start jumping into Bitcoin or any of this until the markets are freaking overly saturated. And that's usually how retail always gets freaking wrecked, right? Retail seems to never be around when the market's down, and when the market's up, everybody wants to be involved in the market, right? And that's typically when the top is near. When you start hearing, news sources talk about Bitcoin cryptocurrencies hitting new all-time highs, that's typically the time when you're reaching some sort of resistance, and that is the point of where the market has to go ahead and come back down, right? Some key metrics of the Bitcoin ETF outflow rotate into Bitcoin. So that's actually interesting. The fact that gold is moving over to Bitcoin, that's actually quite interesting. Gold is down 3%, BTC is up 23. I just hate the fact that people always compare gold and Bitcoin. I feel like gold and Bitcoin are two different things. Like, dude, gold actually has a physical value, and gold actually has a value in the real world case, right? It's in our phones, it's a metal, it's not only a precious metal, but it's a metal that's used in many tools, TVs, electronics, whatever the case is. Bitcoin is not, right? So I don't know when people are going to start coming into this comparison of trying to compare Bitcoin to gold. It's not the same thing, bro. It's not the freaking same thing. Like, I would rather advocate towards, people holding on to both assets, but realistically, not everybody's going to be able to hold to Bitcoin. Yes, gold, oh, wow, it's only up 3% or down 6%, right? But the reality is that Bitcoin has very high volatility. So for those people that are getting closer to that retirement, or they want to go ahead and not have their wealth fluctuate too much, they might be more comfortable holding a gold and silver, and it's more of a safer return compared to Bitcoin, right? So I think we have to get in this range of stop comparing gold and Bitcoin, right? But this is right here, since the start of the year, 3 billion worth of gold ETFs have been dumped. The obvious rotation is into Bitcoin ETFs, or 13 times smaller than gold. Gold is down 3% and BTC is up 23. I don't know how, I guess, as bullish, but as I'm mentioning, like, I would never compare gold and Bitcoin, because at least gold I could wear on me, right? I could wear it, I could hold it, I could touch it, I could kiss it, I could bite it, I could taste it. Bitcoin, it's fugazi. All of this is fugazi. I can't freaking touch a Bitcoin, bro. I can't touch it. I can't bite it. I can't freaking squeeze it. I can't lick it. At least with gold, I could do that. I have gold on my neck right now. I could freaking bite it if I want. If I could lick it. I can't do that with Bitcoin, right? So I could wear it. I can't wear a Bitcoin on my neck. So I think we have to stop coming into this comparison where, people are like, oh, gold, Bitcoin is the the electric version of gold. You know what I mean? The digital gold. No, it's not, bro. No, it's freaking not. Bitcoin, at the end of the day, whether you want to agree to it or not, it's all speculation. We really don't know what the heck is going on with this overall plan. We'll find out in 10 years what the plan is, but we all kind of have a sense of where all of this is going, right? Yeah, CBDC, the central bank digital currency, and I believe that's what we're heading towards. I believe this is the reason why Bitcoin was created, right? A little bit more on the conspiracy side, but I have a lot of conspiracies as to the reason why Bitcoin was created and what we should be expecting in the near future, right? So I think we got to stop doing that comparison with gold and Bitcoin. They're two different assets, bro. It's like comparing freaking real estate with Bitcoin. You can't do that. You know what I mean? Or it's comparing like a NFT, a Bored Ape Yacht Club, with a freaking physical real estate property. It's like, yeah, some people might want to have a Bored Ape yacht club that's worth $1 million, but some people might rather have a house where they could go ahead and sit on it and poop and freaking sleep and eat. You know what I mean? You can't do that with the Bored Ape Yacht Club. So I think we have to stop getting into this comparison where, you know, one's better over the other. They're both different assets, right? They're both different assets. Right here we have Alex Becker has officially flipped full on the market. I like Alex Becker. He's a comical freaking influencer, bro. I think this is probably like one of my favorite influencers to go ahead and watch. I've never seen such consistent buy pressure into supply limits on Bitcoin in my last 5 years in crypto. The thesis will create on an ETH ETF though, which will send ETH to the moon and alts to another universe as a result. Fuck, this could be the gents. So I completely agree. You know, we are getting towards that level where people are talking about a possibility of a ETH ETF for Bernie, because I know Bernie's for sure going to go ahead and buy all that ETH for the ETF around July, right? Which we will be having a lot of these alts and memes pump like freaking crazy. You got to remember, a lot of these meme tokens are running on altcoins. Their blockchain is on altcoins. So when altcoins take off, meme coins do as well, right? So we see David Marcus says his company Lightspark is now facilitating Bitcoin transactions of 100K plus on the Lightning Network, aka facilitating mass adoption. Short-term liquidity at 51K. I think this is more important right here. We talked about how Bitcoin could be reaching towards those zones of $57,000, and we're seeing right here Bitcoin LTF update. Shorts liquidated yesterday. Degen retails long, building up a 51.2K. Let's see if BlackRock purchasing power lets BTC have a tiny dip. Market needs to provide liquidity, and we are seeing right here that, you know, there is a lot of liquidations within this range as well, the $51,000 range, and Bitcoin around the $53,000 range, which will, in case, you know, cause a short squeeze to the upside, pushing Bitcoin to $57,000 and above, right? So we're getting those clear indicators of where the market's going. We're going to go ahead and take a quick look at meme tokens. For any of those that want to go ahead and shield some meme tokens, feel free to do so. We will go ahead and look at the meme coin market real quick, and then we're going to go ahead and talk about what we could be expecting moving forward. I know a lot of you are getting excited about the meme tokens. I think right now your best bet will probably be mostly on the Solana. Unfortunately, there's a lot of scams on the Solana, so you have to be super careful. I do want to go ahead and say that as well. But we are also seeing, I do want to talk about this because a lot of people have been asking me, you know, what's going on with AMC? What's going on with GameStop? Is it completely dead? Is it over? And this is what you kind of see a tendency with a lot of these Solana meme tokens, right? You see these tokens literally dump 60, 80%, 90%. Some of them never recovering. Some of them do recover, but most of them don't recover, right? So this is kind of where the narrative is. We're seeing a lot of these Solana meme tokens not really do too much due to the fact that, you know, right now all the focus is all into these other tokens. But look at this one, dude. Toilet is up 158%, so that's freaking insane. And but overall, we're seeing a lot of these meme tokens just take somewhat of a hitting, right? So I do expect some of these meme tokens to come back up as we're seeing, you know, Solana slightly start coming down. Solana needs to come down in order for these meme tokens to go back up, but we are seeing a lot of narratives coming into the space on the Solana meme tokens that are pushing the markets to new all-time highs, right? So right now, you know, all of you asking me what's going on with AMC, GME, let's go ahead and do some quick technical analysis on both these tokens right now, because I do believe these are things we have to go ahead and pay attention to and be aware of what's going on in the market. I don't know if this is going to be the freaking top for most of these tokens or if this is not, but let's go ahead and take a look at AMC right now. We do see AMC is at around a 381,000 market cap, which if we go ahead and flip it into the market cap zone, we do see its bottom was near around a little bit under 300,000, right? And the dip did get bought out pretty quickly after seeing about a 70% pump. See, the thing is with a lot of these Solana meme tokens, I've noticed a lot of people swing trade these. These are literally just swing trading tokens. Most people don't really freaking hold on to these tokens. As you can see, all the way towards the end. You see that, you know, AMC hit his all-time high of around, you know, 12 million market cap, and ever since that, you know, AMC has slightly died down. I'm gonna be honest with you. We do see 5-minute up 6%, 1 hour, and the 21% has been slightly up, but realistically, I'm actually surprised this thing's still running up. Like, a lot of people have been asking me, hey John, are you still in AMC? And unfortunately, I'm not. You know, I actually ended up selling my bag to go ahead and jump into these other projects, and I freaking lost my money back into the market, right? Unfortunately, but it looks like a bottom is near. We're seeing freaking GME coming back up in action. We are also seeing GME right here on the market cap. What we do see that the bottom has been around 13 million market cap, and ever since that has been freaking pumping, right? So whoever captured this bottom right here on GME of around 13 million market cap, they should be up a freaking nice return already from this top to this bottom, a little bit over a 50% return. We do see a double bottom right here on GME forming, so we could be expecting a breakout to the upside alongside with AMC. So we could be following some sort of reversal. So for anybody that has been looking to go ahead and enter some nice little trades, I think GME and AMC are still your best bet in my opinion, right? So definitely go ahead and check out AMC, GME. We do see, you know, GME having a lot of buying pressure. I think it's more compared to AMC. Let's go ahead and take a look at AMC, because GME has a lot of buying pressure, and AMC slightly a little bit neutral, right? People are undecisive. They don't know what's going to happen. It looks like the AMC crowd's a little bit more scared, but we're also following that double bottom pattern with that cup and handle pattern, right? So we're going to go ahead and see what happens right here with AMC as well, but I do expect AMC doing a massive reversal following GME as well. I mean, on the 5-minute, we see 6%. On the hourly, we see 13%. On the 6-hour, we see over a 33% pump. So this is actually looking pretty good. So for all those always asking me what's going on with these projects, well, now is your time to start loading up on these bottoms, to go ahead and start, you know, selling the tops. One of the tokens that has been pumping like crazy has been this token called CBDC, which I don't know why this narrative came into place, but this is the thing with Solana, man. A lot of these narratives come and go, right? And what I've learned from these last couple days when I was trading a lot of these Solana meme tokens is that these narratives don't last too long. Eventually, I will go ahead and do videos on, you know, how to look for these tokens. I found multiple 20x's. I've learned a lot on what to avoid and what tools to go ahead and use to have a better probability of making money instead of getting wrecked using terrible freaking bots, right? Yarkson, yo John, you've been trading futures lately? I was trading futures as yesterday, and then I went back into the meme token. So right now I'm fully focusing a lot of these focusing into trading a lot of these meme tokens, but I would consider transitioning myself into trading mostly futures. So I kind of took a break and I was trading meme tokens, right? Meme tokens, I've made a lot of freaking soul these last couple of days, but I literally lost everything back to the market. And I've noticed that with meme tokens is a different ball game, right? There's some technical analysis involved, but the problem is that, you know, where you lose a lot of money in these meme tokens, it's mostly just literally gambles, bro. It's literally gambling, because most of these tokens are going to go ahead and rug pull, and they're going to go ahead and dump on you as soon as they go live. So looking for that project that might be the winner, it's not difficult, but it might take you 5 projects to lose money on, which could be $500 if you're investing one SOL. But all it takes is one project for you to do a 20x, right? Which is very possible. I've done that multiple times with multiple projects. So I kind of stepped away from, you know, trading futures, because I understand futures now, and I wanted to go ahead and focus on these meme tokens, so that way I can make more content for all of you, right? So I went through this little learning spree, you know, last week for 3 days, where I literally just sat on charts for 12 hours a day, literally 12 plus hours a day, learning the ins and outs of these meme tokens and what tools to go ahead and use, you know, connecting myself with other knowledgeable people in this space, networking, and I've learned a lot literally in 3 days. I mean, if you put it together, that's been over a day and a half where I just literally focus in this market, right? So I haven't been futures trading. I was futures trading yesterday. I was on 2 Solana trades and I got stopped out, right? So I decided, you know what, maybe it's, you know, just time for me not to go ahead and trade right now. And unfortunately, I went back into meme tokens because this is where you can make quick money. And I ended up getting wrecked trading USDC. So I'm going to see if this project comes back to life. At this point, I literally have no hope. I mean, it is what it is. This thing has collapsed literally 90%. I literally entered a trade right here yesterday. I think it was around within this range. I think I entered within this range right here. And literally just dumped, bro. Like literally it just dumped for whatever reason. But I do think this thing's gonna come back as well. We're gonna go ahead and see. Right now it's a fully community driven project. Unfortunately, it was moving very closely to CBDC. So we're gonna go and see if it comes back. You know, right now this thing's consolidated around a 4.48 million. And this is sitting at 11,000, so my position is down 90%. So at this point, it's not even worth selling, because if this narrative comes back, I will make my money plus more. But if this thing is dead, yeah, I'm completely done with, bro. Like this narrative, I don't think this narrative is done though. I think this narrative is probably going to go on still for a couple more days. I think CBDC is going to be like the GameStop, but I could be wrong. A lot of these narratives only last for a couple days. Byte and Fork is super good investment. How's it going, Saeed? Yes, I have heard about Byte and Fork. It actually looks like it has found its bottom. So Fork could be a possibility to go ahead and long this market. So I've learned a lot on these Solana meme tokens. I usually don't, push for Solana meme tokens. I don't like trading Solana meme tokens. I think most of these things are scams. But there's ways to make money, right? And I've learned that. I've learned that there's freaking ways to go ahead and trade these markets to make money. And with that being said, I think moving forward, we're going to go ahead and stick to trading Solana meme tokens. But as soon as we do that, we're going to go ahead and start doing that pivot into going back into futures trading, because futures trading with a lot of these altcoins is the freaking move, in my opinion. With that being said, be on the lookout for what we talked about, the fear and greed. Also, go ahead and make sure to go ahead and check out my links down below. BingX and MEXC, both of these platforms on KYC platforms, Bybit being one of the best. And if you need a VPN, check out NordVPN, 69% off with 3 months extra. I'm with you. Have been rugged so many times this week on the memes. Yeah, dude, it's unfortunate, bro. I made literally over 60 sold this week, and now I'm like left with no money. Like that's what Solana is all about, bro. Solana could literally make you freaking rich overnight, or could literally make you poor overnight. So like, also with that, dude, it's like, dude, I got wrecked so many freaking times this market, and people might be like, John, it's because you didn't take profits. Trust me, bro. I know how to trade these Solana meme tokens now. Like, I take profits. Like, that's one thing I do now. Learning from my mistakes on like bag holding a lot of these projects, it's not worth it. You have to take profits on these meme tokens. This is how a lot of people get wrecked. A lot of people get wrecked on these Solana meme tokens for just dollar cost averaging, and sometimes it's just worth selling at a loss. You might be down 30, 40%, 50%, and sometimes it might be worth you selling 50% of your bag and exiting the trade instead of holding it all the way down, right? And that's how I've been getting wrecked in this market with the memes. I've been getting wrecked because, not because of that reason, but I've been getting wrecked because a lot of the projects that I would get into, I would throw in one soul and then I would get rug pulled. All right, first rug. Now you get rugged in another project. Now you get rugged in another project. So if you start off with $1,000 and you get rugged on 5 projects, you're down to $500 left. So if you keep on getting rugged on every project, you lose your money, and then eventually you're left with nothing, right? But all it takes is one project to make you a 20x. So now you're left with, like, let's say you're down with no money, and now you made a 20x on a project, you come back even stronger. But then this market is like literally a freaking scam, bro. It's designed for it to make you lose money. Like literally, Solana meme tokens are practically designed for you to lose money. Like you can't do no technical analysis. You can't do any of that. Literally, there's a lot of back-end deals going on. Developers selling their tokens, suppressing the price action, airdrops, fudder. There's just a lot with the meme tokens. And that's why I've never liked meme coins. But it is a good way to make money, but it literally feels like you're in a casino, bro. Like you have no freaking outcome. Like your chances of you hitting it big are lots. They're a lot less than leverage trading, bro. Like you're better off leverage trading than trading meme tokens. But if you want to learn and you want to get into trading, I would suggest probably meme tokens will probably be more fun and exciting. And then after you get wrecked, you're going to be like, you know what? I don't want to be part of this anymore. Let me learn how to leverage trade. you'll be better. But you know, this space is freaking a hassle, bro. It's a love and hate relationship, right? It's like you love you, it's freaking amazing when you're making money, but all it takes is one or two plays for you to lose all your money because you get rug pulled. And there's rug pulls every freaking day in this space in Solana. There's rug pulls every freaking token that releases rug pulls. It's not a matter of some of these tokens last 10 minutes, some of these tokens last 15 minutes, some of them last 3 hours, some of them last 2 days. It just really depends, but you're more than likely going to lose most of your money trading a lot of these Solana meme tokens. That's where I'm at, dude. I was literally left a few days ago with $50, literally $50, and I turned that $50 into 20 Sol, and then just freaking lost it all back in the market, literally all through rug pulls, scams. Like, it's just, that's what this space is all about, man. It's literally just pure degeneracy gambling. It's what I've learned, dude. It's like, this is not real trading, bro. Like, this is literally just the casino. This is literally the casino. This is all it is. It's like you're playing Crash on stake, or you're betting on black or red. This is what Solana meme tokens are. You're just betting on black or red. You're betting whether it's going to go up, and you're going to make a lot of money because you don't know where it's going to go. But if you bet good on that one project, you're going to make a 20x plus. But in reality, this is all a casino. Like, literally meme tokens on Solana, casino, bro. This is a casino degeneracy trading. I've came across this, and it's fun, but yeah, dude, this is not actual trading. This is not real trading. This is just gambling. So if you make some money, which I realize now that, you know, once you make your 20, 30, 40, 50 Sol, bro, get out. Put that money into altcoins or leverage trade it. You have a better chance of making money leverage trading than freaking playing around with Solana meme tokens. Like, you'll make some money, but the chances of you getting into rug pulls and scams are very, very freaking high. So unless you go ahead and lose money and then realize and learn from your mistakes, then you could be pretty good. But if not, you're going to be left with, you know, getting rug pulled every freaking time, bro. And that's what happened to me this week. I've lost over 60 Sol this week alone. All through scams, all through freaking scams, bro. So I'm learning, you know, what to do, what not to do now. I'm very knowledgeable in the Solana meme token space now, from literally learning for over a day and a half, literally 12 hours a day for 3 days straight, no sleep, literally 3 hours of sleep. And then going back to the markets, I learned a lot on what to do and what not to do. But with that being said, I'll go ahead and catch all of you on later live stream, and I hope all of you have a wonderful day, and